Good morning, 7th graders. This video today is only for 7th grade history, Dr. Smith's 7th graders. So if you're an 8th grader and you're watching this video, or you're not in my class for social studies or whatever, then disregard. If you are in Dr. Smith's 7th graders, so either 4th or 7th period, this is what you need to pay very close attention to what it is I'm saying in this video. Okay, what this video is about today, guys, is about our next section, which is I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about something called the Enlightenment. As we go back to Europe, we're going to be hitting first the idea of the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment is a time period in Europe where Europe started to say to itself, all this religion stuff is great, but maybe there's more to things. And the Enlightenment viewed things like science and reason as being more important, or at least on the same level as religion. They said that in order to understand society, in order to be better for society, and to completely understand yourself, you have to look to things like science and reason. And it pretty much revolved around 3 different places: in England, in France, and in Germany. I mean, there was some Enlightenment stuff going on in Italy and other places too, but that's where the big part was. And there were these different guys, these different philosophers that came out with different statements and different ideas that people started to follow. A guy by the name of Hobbes, a guy by the name of Locke, a really big one was, I'm using this to remind me, is a guy by the name of Montesquieu. These were all these guys that said we need to look at things from a different perspective. We need to look at the world as though we have reason, and we have to look at the different foundations of man and how people think from a reasonable perspective, not so much an emotional one. If you ever watch Star Trek and you see the Vulcans on there that don't believe in letting emotions control you, that's a good example of that. And we're going to be doing this lesson, this Enlightenment stuff. We won't be obviously able to go into in depth in it as much as I'd like for us to, but that's okay. We'll at least scratch the surface, because we'll definitely be hitting these things when you're in 8th grade. Now, the first guys that we're going to really talk about is a fellow by the name of Hobbes, and a guy by the name of John Locke, and a guy by the name of Montesquieu. So here's your assignment for tomorrow, okay? I need you to read in your textbook, or SQ3R, pages 387, where it starts talking from a female perspective. Okay, Mary Wollstonecraft, and I always mispronounce her name. And then it gets into 388, where it talks about Hobbes, and then Locke and his social contract in 389, 390, and then finish over on page 391. So SQ3R, those pages. Now, here's what I need you to do, okay? On a Microsoft Word document, you need to write down 3 beliefs or ideas from Hobbes. So 3 from Hobbes, okay? Actually, let's make that 5. 5 from Hobbes, 5 beliefs of John Locke, so 5 facts from John Locke section, and then 5 about Montesquieu. Okay, and Montesquieu is spelled Montesquieu. It's French. So you need to go through and do a SQ3R, those pages that I mentioned, pages, Montesquieu, I always misspell them. I'm taking these notes so I can remember exactly. Montesquieu. I always misspell his name. You'll notice it when you see it. So type out 5 facts from each person. 5 facts about things that Hobbes said. 5 things that Hobbes said or believed. 5 things from John Locke, and 5 things from Montesquieu. If you're a fortune teller, you know what's coming. So type these facts down onto a Word document and then submit it. These are due on Monday. I'll be giving you another assignment. It's going to be a writing assignment on Monday. So let's make sure that we get this squared away. Okay? So to repeat, SQ3R, pages 387 through 391. Then on a Word document, write down 5 things about Hobbes, what he believed, what he said, 5 things about Locke, John Locke, and 5 things for Montesquieu. This stuff is actually pretty interesting, especially the part about the social contract, because what the social contract says is essentially it says that there's an agreement between the people and the leaders, that leaders will do certain things, and as part of that social contract, people will do certain things others. But it also means, the social contract also means that we have an obligation to each other. That's an informal social contract. For example, we have in our social contract that you won't go and rob banks. In exchange for that social contract that you won't do that, then we will protect banks from others. So just kind of keep that kind of stuff in mind. The social contract this stuff is actually kind of interesting. So enjoy those pages. Do your 5 facts about each thing, 5 ideas about each guy. Complete the assignment. It's due on Monday. But if you can get it done before then, all the better. And you have another assignment for the weekend, and that is to enjoy your weekend, but still make sure that you get all your assignments squared away. Got it? I've already entered a few things in queue, but not very many. So let's make sure we stay on top of things. Have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself. Make sure you do the push-up challenge that you've been assigned in your PE classes. You got to get that physical exercise. And please, I got to admit, I've fallen into this trap too. I've been playing a lot more video games than I probably could. Diplomacy I've been playing, and Twisted Metal from the old school Nintendo. I'm trying to back away. It's easy to kind of get into that trap. So let's make sure that we get everything squared away. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Bye.